Hey everyone, it's Brian, your financial advisor here in town. Wanted to spend a couple of minutes here today with you about a different topic. I live kind of a chill life. Um, I don't really get worked up about a lot of things. There's been some mean, nasty things that have happened to me in my past from some mean, nasty people. And now that I own my own place, now that I simply coach and guide and help people through some mean, nasty things in their life, it's a little different position to be in. But the other thing that becomes very chill for me is I don't have debt. I've looked at my interest charges that I was paying before several years ago, 7 years ago. It's been a 7-year battle to get out of debt, to be debt free. It's easy to go into debt. It's very hard to get out of it. But what I wanted to talk to you about is just that. How to kind of prioritize things that are important in your life. And I guess that I've been pretty good at prioritizing those things for me and my family. I'll give you a couple examples. We have a camper trailer. We love to go camping. It's a great time to go get away. A lot of people are buying camper trailers. I'm doing a lot of refinancing on mortgages and lines of credit for people to go buy campers so that they can go get away in this middle of this COVID. So there's a huge benefit to having a camper trailer. There is. We've taken our pop-up camper as far as Newfoundland. It's a blast. Canada is a huge country. There's tons of things to go see and tons of places off the beaten path where it's just you and the bears and the buffalo and the whatever. It's an amazing country. So what I want to point out is that you don't need the $75,000 camper trailer if you only make $50,000 a year. We do a little bit better than that for the two of us, but it's only the two of us. So we had an 8-foot pop-up camper that didn't have air conditioning when we went to Newfoundland. And we found that having air conditioning was kind of important. And we found that maybe an extra 2 feet would be a little bit more space. So we traded in the 8-foot and we bought a 10-foot with air conditioning. And that's been the perfect solution because it fits in the garage here at my house. And I think that you'll find that if you start looking at and prioritizing your life a little bit differently, you don't need to spend $60,000. We could have gone out and spent $60,000 on a camper, trust me. But instead we went out and spent $8,000 on the right camper to be able to put in the garage, know it's sitting there, know it's being protected, know that we don't have to store it someplace and everything. And we don't need a whole great big fancy, Super King cab 4-wheel drive, 9,000 ton pickup truck to pull the damn thing. We do have a pickup truck. It's a V6 pickup truck. It's one of the cheaper model pickup trucks. It was leased. And we'll talk a little bit about that here in a second as well too. So be more realistic with how you plan out spending money to stay debt-free as much as possible. The other thing that you always have to be asking yourself, is there a different way to be able to do this? Is there a different way to be able to save money? And in a different video, I talked about mortgage life insurance. And that there are other solutions to mortgage life insurance that are far cheaper than mortgage life insurance. And so many people don't even bother with that. They waste so much money every single year on that. So another thing that we did as well too is I'm very pragmatic. I was out driving around in my minivan. I used to drive Chrysler built minivans here in Windsor, and every 3 years I would trade one off. I would buy them for cash, trade them off every 3 years. I would get $14,500 every 3 years for every traded in one. And I'd buy the box stock with my Chrysler employee discount. I would buy the box stock pickup or van and drive it for 3 years and trade it in for $14,500. It was always consistent. Wanted to support the local economy. But then 2 years ago, I was driving into the Chrysler, I was out driving around. I went by the Chrysler dealership and they had pickup trucks sitting there. V6, not the King cab, but the extended cab pickup truck. And they had a sign in it, lease me today for $260 a month. No money down. I got out of the pickup truck. The salesman was walking over towards me. He says, "Can I help you, sir?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll take that red one." And I started walking towards the dealership. And he looked at me and he said, "Sir, your van, the engine's still running and the door's open." And I said to him, I said, "It's not my van anymore." And I kept walking towards the dealership. So he took the hint, he went in, shut off the car, and took the keys out and closed the door because he knew that that was being traded in today. And that all he had to do was do the paperwork to be able to get the red pickup truck. So they were giving the pickup trucks away for $260 a month, no money down. I ended up getting $24,000 for that van. There's more to a story than that, but I ended up getting rid of the van, not to the dealership, unfortunately to the insurance company, and used that $24,000 to pay extra on my house because I didn't need to put any money down on the dang pickup truck. And so now I got a $260 a month payment on a pickup truck sitting out there that's got 20,000 kilometers on it. It's a great pickup truck. It pulls the camper just as fine as any other vehicle could ever possibly do. It's just a V6 four-wheel drive that I never even used during four-wheel drive. We got one snowstorm this year. That was the only day I used the four-wheel drive, and it still worked. So I want to talk with you a little bit about just making sure you're thinking through the logic of some of this stuff, because when you go over to Gus Revenberg Chevy, all they have sitting there are the $70,000 and $80,000 pickup trucks. And trust me, there are cheaper pickup trucks out there. There are some $35,000, $38,000 brand new pickup trucks that are just as pickup truck as a $70,000 and $80,000 pickup truck. You don't need rich Corinthian leather in a pickup truck, for gosh sakes. You just don't need it. It's a pickup truck. So at the end of the day, if we just start thinking about debt in a little different way, we start thinking about how can I do the same thing for myself at a cheaper price? How can I save $20,000 off of a pickup truck? I can buy a different pickup truck. I don't have to buy a Chevy pickup truck. I don't have to buy a Chevy V8 leather Super King cab pickup truck. I can go over and to any other Chevy dealer and say, "Hey, I want the cheaper pickup truck. Gus Revenberg only has these pickup trucks." Or you can go and buy, Fords are kind of expensive, but you can also go buy a Dodge pickup truck, and you can get a box stock Dodge pickup truck like what I have, and it's just as pickup truck as the next one. And I don't owe any freaking money on the darn thing. I have more money for myself to invest in myself, to be able to grow my businesses, to be able to take more classes, to be able to continue to keep getting smarter. So that's what today's video is about. Just start thinking about how you look at your money and how your money otherwise works for you. And when you go to spend it, ask it to do a little bit better for you. Ask it, how can I be $5,000 less? And I'm Brian, your handy dandy financial advisor here in the city of Windsor. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. I'm here to be able to help. 519-995-6145. Thanks so much for tuning in.